Hi, everyone. So I got two cameras here because I want to get one on my iPhone and on Zoom. So today we're going to talk about daily budget sheet slash finance flow and abundance sheet. This is a technique that I use for my personal finances, and I want to share it with you because it works so well for me and I love it. So yeah, we're going to do this together just in case you have any questions when you do purchase the sheet. So when you do purchase my financial flow and abundance sheet, you get the blank copy and you get the example copy. We're going to do an example together. Let me get my calculator. I do suggest doing this with pen and paper just because I like to be hands-on with a lot of things that I do. So pencil and paper is the most physical thing I can do when it comes to my financial, keeping track of those things. And then, of course, you can do it on your iPad or however you feel. So I usually, when I am budgeting out my daily finances, I'll grab my calculator, pen, paper, and my budget sheet. So let's say, for an example, today is 01/11. So I'll put the date in this date area. And then I'll put my deposit. Let's say my deposit amount is, we'll do a large amount and then we'll do a small amount so we can get an idea for everybody. So $500 is my deposit amount, and tax deducted is $0. This is what it looks like so far. So everyone here. And then what I'm going to do is put 500 times 50% is 250. So I would put 250 in my total amount, living 50% in my total amount area, and then I would do my fund 30%. So 30% of 500, 500 times 30% is 150. So I'm gonna put 150 in my total amount box. And then for my savings, I'm gonna do 500 times 20%, $100. Okay. And I'll put $100 in my savings box. Now that I have an idea of how much money is going in each area of my life, in my living, how much I have to live on, and then how much I have to spend money on for fun things, and then how much my savings is, I'm going to calculate how many days is in between that next check or my next deposit. So if you get paid bi-weekly, it'll be 14 days. If you get paid monthly, 28 to 30 days. This is why the days in between box is important, because this will give you an idea of what your daily rate percentages will be. Let's say, for an example, my bi-weekly is going to be 14 days, okay? So this $500 check is on a 14-day interval. And then, of course, you can go ahead and fill in your week and month. It's January 11th. If you feel called to, go ahead and write the date of the next check you will get. So if it's 14 days between the 11th, I would just pull out the calendar between this. One moment. So I would get my calendar. This is what it looks like for me to do, y'all. So it's the 11th on my calendar here. And I count 14 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It'll be on the 25th. So I'll write 01/25 will be my next check. And I can do this all over again. So 14-day average. I want to live below my means and have surplus. So my average will look like 5%, 2%, 3%, 1%, 4%, 6%, 7%. However you feel called to, just be mindful once you put 14%, that's how much your daily rate will be, and the daily amount may increase, so you're going to have less surplus. Okay, so the smaller your daily rate percentage is, the more total surplus you're going to have for the next month and the next month and the next month. So that's why I keep my daily rate small. If you feel called to, put the 10%, 14%, and just so you have an idea of what that number looks like. So if it comes to like something you really want or something you really need, you know it's in the 14% area or the 20% area, 25%. All right, so we put a lot of options so you have an idea of what each percentage amount looks like. I hope that makes sense, but we're going to do it together so you don't even have to worry about it. So this is the 5%, 2%. Okay, so we're going to do 250 times 5. 250 times 0.05% is $12.50. Side note, I'm going to go ahead and put 5%, 2%, 3%, and 1% in all my areas in my living and my fund. You don't need this for your savings because for my savings personally, my savings is a fixed amount. So there's a certain amount going in each one, regardless of how much I put in there because of my foundation I already had. So, but for you, you can put the percentages of how much you want to put in each area, like your emergency fund, your Roth IRA. You can also put the 5%, 2%, 3%, 1% if you feel called to. So $12.50 is the daily amount I have for living. So my average day to day would be $12.50 would be my max. Okay, because that would be how much I can spend daily for that $500 to stretch out for the rest of the month. Or in this case, because we did 50%, we're working with $250. So for my $250 to stretch for at least 14, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. For at least 10 days, you're going to be on the $12.50 budget, okay, from day to day. Okay, so now for the fun, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the 2, 3%, 1%, 5% of 150 is $7.50. Let's do 14 times 5 is 70. Oh, 14 divided by 5. That's why. Like, okay. It can go in 2 times. So, yeah, I'm looking at, you have 14 days. You want to be less than 14 days times 14%. It's $1. Point is, keep the daily rate below 10% or however you feel called to. Side note, this is something that I'm still working on, still developing, so this video may change, but this is just the beginning video so everyone can get access to it as soon as possible. So my daily rate for fun stuff is $7.50. So anything miscellaneous, spontaneous I want to do, it's got to average at least $77.50. So if you decide to get a hula hoop at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, not Dollar Tree, Walmart or Roses, however, that hula hoop needs to be below $7.50, or at least at $7.50. If it's $8, we need to put it back. Okay. Just if you're on a tight budget, you really want to have the surplus and meet a certain goal, those are things you can think about. All right. So $100, $12.50, da da da. So let's just say this was for one day. We filled it out. This is one. Oh, let's do the bottom part. I'm skipping over. Okay, bottom part. Days in between, you'll see that at the bottom of the living. You can put 14 times your daily amount. 14 times 12.50 times 175. 175 is your surplus for living. You have an extra $175. This is just if you did it for one day. So of course, between the 14 days, you'll have more or less. And then 14 times your daily amount that you have is $7.50. Oops. 14 times 750. 105. So then you can do your next surplus. You do 250 minus 175. So it says that you spent $75. Pause. Let me make sure this makes sense. No. So we're gonna come back to that in the second part of the video. But you're gonna do your 175 plus your 105 and put it in your total next surplus is 175 plus 105. So $280 you kept in your pocket for next check so that your goal budget money can continue to grow while you're still living the life you would like. So this is what it looks like, example. So now I'm gonna look at my first example here and see what's going on. At 1,500. So I hope that makes sense. No, it was kind of wobbly, but this is the first video. So if I make another video, look out for that one. It will come with your purchase. So I'll just add it in. If you have any ideas or things that I should add to the daily budget, financial abundance and flow worksheet, budget sheet, please add it or DM me, email me, however you feel called to. And thank you for your purchase. Thank you for believing in the financial abundance worksheet. I know y'all will. Okay, and I'm rambling. Thank you, and I'll see you on another video. Bye. I'm like, does that make sense? Everyone, so I got two cameras. Why is it upside down? I'm like, let me just ask Jay. Jay, Jay, where you at? What you doing? All right, when you get done, you fill out the sheet. We'll go ahead and put this out again.